All right, troops, this June 9th marks the 82nd birthday of the legendary sci-fi author Joe Haldeman. Let's celebrate the man by taking a look at his other Hugo and Nebula Award-winning war story. This isn't a sequel to the Forever War. Forever Peace stands alone, but the DNA is the same. A grim future and big questions on what it means to be human in a hyper-militarized world. All right, strap into your soldier boys and jack into the feed. Let's break it down. Set in 2043, the world is at war. Surprise, right? But here's the twist. The war isn't being fought in trenches or cities. It's being fought by remote infantry combat units, nicknamed soldier boys, hulking, heavily armed robots, controlled thousands of miles away by human operators, jacked into a neural link. Our main guy, Julian Class, is one of those operators. He's a physicist by day, soldier boy mechanic by, well, still day since sleep is optional in this future. When these mechanics jack in, they link mentally with their squad mates. Full-on mind meld. Emotions, memories, traumas, all shared. That adds a level of intimacy and psychological depth that's equal parts fascinating and hella disturbing. So, in this near future, the US-led alliance, aka the Haves, is fighting the Ngumi, a fractured coalition of revolutionaries and underdeveloped nations. The Have-Nots. The Ngumi are outgunned and out-teched, but what they lack in hardware, they make up for in ideology and raw willpower. Meanwhile, Julian gets tangled in a plot involving a doomsday-level physics experiment orbiting Jupiter that could, get this, trigger a second Big Bang. So while we're busy asking whether war is inevitable, we're also flirting with cosmic annihilation. And throughout all of this, there's a question being waged not just against enemies, but against war itself. The novel asks, could peace be engineered, forced into the human brain? Man, Forever Peace has some wildly smart ideas, you know? First off, the tech is scarily plausible. I mean, these soldier boys, they're drone warfare taken to final boss level. Watching people control battlefield monsters through neural links felt disturbingly prophetic in a world that already runs drone ops from thousands of miles away. It's speculative, sure, but it doesn't feel like science fiction. It feels like science factual, you know? A sneak peek into our future. And then there's the neural link. When the operators are jacked in, they become one shared consciousness. It's like a sci-fi remix of empathy on steroids, and it leads to some genuinely fresh explorations of identity, gender, sexuality, and trauma. These soldier boy operators aren't hardened warriors. They're scholars, pacifists, and thinkers doing the dirtiest work imaginable. Yeah, that inner conflict is fascinating. Also, let's give our birthday boy some props. Haldeman doesn't shy away from the socio-political allegory. We've got resource disparity, racial tension, wealth inequality, and state-sponsored violence all baked into the narrative. The Alliance is basically a proto-post-scarcity socialist utopia, but everyone is forced into 3 years of military service, and only a small percentage of people are even able to link to a soldier boy. Oh, and the soldier boy's combat footage is freely available online. Everyone can watch and enjoy the gruesome reality of war. Sound familiar? But as much as the ideas in Forever Peace made my brain light up, the storytelling didn't. It's kind of like Haldeman had all these mind-blowing sci-fi concepts, nanoforges, neurological sharing, the ethics of pacifist warriors, and then dropped them into a story that's, well, kind of slow. I mean, the plot meanders. You're waiting for something explosive to happen, but instead, we get long stretches of philosophical musings and exposition dumps, which is fine to a point. But when your characters aren't grabbing you emotionally, that's a hard slog. And honestly, that's the biggest problem here. The characters are wooden. I mean, Julian is interesting in theory. A black physicist wrestling with PTSD, systemic oppression, and the implications of brain-sharing technology. But he just doesn't leap off the page. Neither do the supporting characters. Everyone feels, I don't know, like they're there to serve the theme rather than live the theme. And let's talk about pacing. One moment we're deep in a theoretical physics experiment. The next we're navigating a romance. Then we're talking about war crimes. And then suddenly we're orbiting Jupiter and the universe might explode. It's not that the transitions don't make sense, they just don't flow. As a hardcore military sci-fi fan, I expected more grit, more tension, more boots on the ground action. What I got felt more like a science fiction ethics thesis, which is cool, you know? But when you sign up for mechs and mind melds, you kind of want to feel the war, not just analyze it from the lab. And there we have it, Forever Peace by Joe Haldeman. It's a bold, brainy, and deeply thoughtful book that aims high. Like, let's reprogram the entire human race. The concepts are phenomenal. The execution, uneven, in my humble opinion. It's a book that says a lot, even if it doesn't always move you along the way. If you're into science fiction that wants to chew on the big questions about war, peace, human nature, and the terrifying direction our tech is headed, this one's absolutely worth your time. Just don't expect the explosive action of the Forever War. This one's more brains than brawn. But in the end, Forever Peace leaves us with a haunting idea. Maybe peace can't be found on the battlefield, or even in politics. Maybe it has to be engineered, one mind at a time. Oh, and hey, speaking of one mind at a time, please hit the like and subscribe button for more military sci-fi book reviews. And let's wish Joe Haldeman a happy 82nd birthday. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Burn bright and burn enough.